I guess the last thing to talk about is the thing that nobody else is talking about. The most irrelevant thing in the world that actually nobody cares about in any way, shape or form. The Oscars. The failing woke Oscars. According to Sam Harris's Twitter feed. So I guess we'll just watch a very brief highlights reel, about a minute long. This is what I got from, was it Variety or something like that?
Welcome to the 93rd Oscars. It has been quite a year, and we are still smack dab in the middle of it. We are mourning the loss of so many, and I have to be honest, if things had gone differently this past week in Minneapolis, I might have traded in my heels for marching boots.
Like, it's incredible. My mum met my dad, they had sex. It's amazing. Like, do you understand? I'm here. You know what I mean? So, I'm so happy to be alive.
So I want to say thank you to our ancestors who put the work in, were denied, but never gave up. And I also stand here as Jamaica and I break this glass ceiling with so much excitement for the future. Because I can picture Black trans women standing up here, and Asian sisters, and our Latina sisters, and Indigenous women. And I know that one day it won't be unusual or groundbreaking, it will just be normal.
Please watch our movie on the largest screen possible, and one day, very, very soon, take everyone you know into a theater, shoulder to shoulder, in that dark space, and watch every film that's represented here tonight. We give this one to our wolf. Oh!
Some high quality cringe you found there.
I know. Remember when it used to be about movies? Like, what? What are they? Okay, anyway, so...
Like, I'm just thinking about all of that. If I was in the audience, I'd just be like, boo, where's Ricky Gervais?
Well, yeah, you can see that he wasn't invited back, unfortunately, because he was the last good thing about the Oscars. But this thing, like, look at the lunacy that is on display there. Like, someone dedicating it to a wolf and then yelling, howling.
I mean, it's like 2012's, like, feminist poetry sessions.
Yeah, it
that
is.
Everyone used to mock.
Yeah. It's like feminist slam poetry being done at the Oscars now. But yeah, so, I mean, I didn't watch this, so I'm just going off the coverage that's been going around, because like everyone else, why would you? And virtually no one watched this by the social media reaction to it. But the small cadre of Twitter lunatics who do watch it were furious that Chadwick Boseman was not given a posthumous Oscar, and instead it went to Anthony Hopkins. Now, I haven't seen either of the films that these people were in, and I don't care, but anyway...
You usually give them to dead people?
I can imagine they probably have in the past, and Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer or something, at like 43, so it is, tragic, and I can see why they would expect it, but for some reason they gave it to the old straight white man. Make a joke.
Nope.
Just make it, go on.
No.
So Chadwick Boseman had done a film called Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Didn't win an Oscar.
Okay.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Don't know why they didn't win an Oscar. An Oscar for a film called The Father, in which Anthony Hopkins plays a father, got the Oscar. See, the patriarchy is still part of the Oscar ceremony here.
Have you heard of any of these?
No.
Has anyone?
No. That's why no one watches.
Because I was thinking, she's also saying, like, go and watch it on the biggest screen you can find. It's like, we're in lockdown. Wait, my phone is the biggest screen
All
I can
of
find.
the cinemas have been shut. I know a bunch of them have closed down. Everything's moving to Netflix because it's the only thing the government will let us do anymore. And everyone's watching Godzilla versus King Kong. I don't know what you're doing. Who are you people? Like, I don't know. Like, with that clip, the little clip show we had at the front, I don't know who any of those people were. Like, if I passed them on the street, I wouldn't know. Like, unless they, of course, are yelling something about transgenderism at me. But yeah, Hopkins won the prestigious award, which I think is really taking it too far, New York Post, for his role in the drama The Father. However, he wasn't able to attend the ceremony, and so how very dare you? People on Twitter were furious. Are you serious, Oscars? You had one thing to do this year, which is honour Chadwick Boseman for Best Actor. But the only sure thing this year is that you gave the Best Actor trophy to Anthony Hopkins for a movie no one saw. I'm sorry, nobody saw Ma Rainey's Black Bottom either, if that helps. Hopkins didn't even show up. Ridiculous. Furious. Oscars ending this way is the true year 2020 representation. In all seriousness, it's very, very gross that the Academy used Chadwick's likeness to get coverage for swag bags in anticipation of his win to retain viewership, and then gave him nothing. Well, I mean, I suppose his ghost is weeping in the afterlife. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I didn't get an Oscar.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really want one?
Yeah.
But it looks like a sign of, cringe at this point. It's like,
civilization in decline.
You've got an Oscar?
Yeah, but one person who did win Oscars is someone called Chloe Zhao. Ever heard of her?
No.
No, which is why she got 2 of them. Three. Sorry, 3.
See, it's a medal of mediocrity.
Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress.
Out of the 10 people in the room.
Yeah. Basically, yes. But so this is the New York Times reporting. In many ways, the 93rd Oscars amounted to a celebration of diversity. In what ways didn't it, though? Like it seems to be purely about that at this point. Like, it's just politics dressed up as acting. So anyway, in an issue that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has emphasized in the wake of the Oscars So White protests in 2015 and 2016, when its acting nominees were all white, this year 9 of the 20 nominations went to people of color. In other firsts, Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson became the first black women to win the Makeup and Hairstyling Oscar, a prize they shared with Sergio Lopez Rivera for their work on Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I know that one day it won't be unusual or groundbreaking, Neal said about her win. It will just be normal. I have no idea who does the makeup for anything else. And now I'm going to assume it's just white people. Just white people doing makeup. Because otherwise, if you just told me that every makeup artist since the inception of Hollywood had been black, I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. And I wouldn't have known any different. But now I know the otherwise. Now I know that they didn't. Chloe Zhao won her Oscars for something called Nomadland. Did you hear about this?
Never heard of it.
No. Who are these people? It was a meditation on grief and the damaged American dream, which won those 3 awards. Zhao, who is Chinese, became only the second woman and the first woman of colour to win the award for Best Director. So Chinese confirmed people of colour. Well done, John. You've been upgraded.
All of a sudden, they're back to that. But I also love the idea that,
I was white before.
You were white for 5 minutes, but now...
God damn it.
But I also love this whole thing of, second woman to do X. And, what happens when it's the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th? At what point does it stop being stunning and brave?
Yeah.
I mean, 10th, 20th, 400th?
100% diversity.
When it's 100% women, then it stops being stunning and brave, John says.
But that's... Yeah, so... yeah, she wasn't the first woman, obviously. That was Catherine Bigelow in 2010. She says this: I've been thinking a lot lately of how I keep going when things get hard. Referring to a Chinese poem that she read with her father that begins with the phrase, "People at birth are entirely good. This is for anyone who has the faith and courage to hold on to the goodness in themselves and to hold the goodness in each other." Thanks, I hate it.
There's no.
I hate it.
It's not true.
It's A, yeah, obviously it's not true. But B, it's exactly the beginning of communism. I hate it. I hate everything about it. People at birth are not entirely good. We have to actually be trained to not be really selfish little S's.
Yeah, which is Somalia. It's a land of good people.
Inherently good people. Before the capitalists destroyed it.
It's just so stupid.
It's so stupid. But the thing is, it is actually, I think, at the root of the kind of philosophical malaise that is gripping the West at the moment, is the idea that we are born perfect and we become corrupted by society, and therefore society is the thing that's bad, not ourselves. And it's like, sorry, no, we're actually not great people when we're young, and we have to work hard to become good people. And in fact, it takes many, many years of trial and error, frankly, and especially when you have bad instruction around you like this. Rousseau was wrong. Rousseau was evil. Rousseau was French. All synonyms. But that's the point. These people seem to have a set of beliefs that I think are totally incompatible with my own, and I disagree with. But anyway, apparently politics was just the order of the day. As Pink News reports, there was someone called Tyler Perry there. Don't know who that is. He urged the world to refuse homophobia, transphobia, and hate in the powerful Oscar speech.
Oh, all right then.
And doubtless Judge James Taylor was like, oh,
I mean, I was
queen.
gonna accept homophobia and transphobia, but yeah, all right, I'll change my mind.
Yeah, well, I was pro-hate up until this speech, and I was like, oh, maybe I won't be pro-hate. I don't know.
It's so dumb.
I know, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? But this is what happens when you have all one side represented and none of the other side represented. It's like it's just us, and then the other side is just you. And it's like, oh, you're the hate ones. Oh, okay.
Good conversation.
Let me, Let me tell you about the virtues of hate then. But anyway, I'm not going to bother going through what his mum told him. The next one was he was just he ends up going, look, we need to stand in the middle. We need to change and conversations happen in the middle. So anyone who wants to meet me in the middle, to refuse hate, to refuse blanket judgment, and to help lift someone's feet off the ground, this one is for you. So base centrism, but where's the other side? They can meet me in the middle. Wait, where are they?
They're all banned.
Yeah, they're all banned. They're all marching in the streets. But anyway, the next one was about police brutality, which was a bisexual comedian, an actor and writer called Trayvon Free. Never heard of him. Don't know who these people are. Have you considered that the bubble of Hollywood is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking?
I mean, it's almost been killed by COVID.
Yes.
I mean, if there's one blessing, it's that.
And wokeness. So if there's one blessing, it's that. But yeah, I mean, he goes on about basically the problems that he thinks occurred in America, which are about police brutality. He's wearing a suit emblazoned with the names of victims of police brutality.
It's performative.
Yes, it's totally performative. And he did a video. He did a video. Did a video like it's just something he threw up on YouTube. Now, he made a movie, apparently, a short film for a award for the film Two Distant Strangers, which focuses on police brutality and racial justice. It depicts a man caught in a time loop, forced to relive his fatal shooting at the hands of a police officer. Pink News also tell us that ahead of the ceremony, they wore matching Dolce & Gabbana suits, which they opened to reveal the lining covered with the names of police brutality victims. They also wore Nike shoes with more names, including George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. So, that's how you demonstrate that you're in touch with working class Americans.
I mean, this is literally like the Babylon Bee meme, where they got like, oh, millionaires have put their yachts to say we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Like, look, my Gucci suit has all the names of police brutality victims. Also, check out my Nike sneakers. Like,
it also looks very much like the Hunger Games, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So go back up to the picture of him. Right, look at these lunatics. This looks incredibly Hunger Games to me.
People from the capital.
Yeah, while the people in the districts are just like scratching a living and protesting in the streets. It's mad.
Did you know your lockdowns have destroyed my business? Yeah, but I'm hanging out with my Gucci suit.
Look at George Floyd's name inscribed on my shoe.
That's a pretty weird place to put it as well.
Yeah, that is. Actually.
Like, why the shoe?
Knee pads.
Yeah. At least it wasn't knee pads, all right? As John points,
Small mercies, I guess.
small mercies. But he says, the police will kill 3 people on average a day in America, and which amounts to 1,000 people a year, and those people happen to be disproportionately black. Okay. That's a weird way of condemning the black community in America. But anyway, moving on because we're running out of time. The best response to the Oscars was actually this one from Johnny Olekinski from the New York Post, which was fantastic. You just read the title. Oscars 2021 tortured viewers for more than 3 unbearable hours. He's correct, I think, from what... But essentially, the summary of that is the progressives are wearing the Oscars as a skin suit and will parade around in it, claiming to be the authentic product they think they look like. But the thing is, the question will be, what will the viewing figures be like? Atrocious, I imagine.
I mean, COVID's been going on so long. I mean, pretty sure we covered this like last year, and their viewership just dropped like a stone.
Yeah, well, I happen to have it, right? So in 2014, the Oscars got 40 million US-based viewers, and in 2020, they got 23.6 million. So literally halved their audience. And this is the lowest point that's ever been at. What I love about The Independent here, talking about it, is saying, many are speculating about the reasons for 2020's poor television ratings. It's possible that many people are choosing to watch the Oscars illegally via internet streaming sites. Yeah, that's the most incredible cope I've ever seen. Nobody's watching. Your crappy, self-congratulatory, back-patting woke brigade. No one cares. Just show us the damn movies.
And then this year, where there are no movies, which is why you get so many people that no one's ever heard of, screeching about wolves, for some reason,
and bums.
Well, I was asking for its death. I didn't think it would come so soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that it's literally like 10 or 15 million people who watch, and then it's just like, wow, you've actually wokeness has genuinely killed this.
15 million people watch something like that. I mean, you tune off after the first 2 minutes, surely.
I personally would, yeah.
Or is that just the number of TVs that are left on in the United States unattended? Just 15 million.
Yeah, well, I mean, time. You got to leave something on for the kids, haven't you? Which is the problem. In fact, the kids are going to come away thinking, "Oh, this is good." If you enjoyed this segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can watch the full broadcast live every weekday at 1 p.m. UK time on lotuseaters.com.